at me. To my surprise, you were too anticipating. I should have known it was in your eyes that you were getting tired of waiting. You wanted me so much, I didn't get it. I could have found a piece of
One, two, three.
So I've been like hardcore jamming out to the music, as you can see. This station has got some pretty good music every once in a while. Heard the beginning of this song, 1, 2, 3, and I was about to be like, let's go! Almost like Riku from Final Fantasy X. Anywho, it's Monday. We are not doing Palace of the Dead today. Our group organizer, Spar, has been out on vacation visiting his family, and is just getting back home within the next few days here. So that's the reason why we're not doing Palace of the Dead. But that is the perfect excuse for us to apparently not multitask, because my brain can only do one thing at a time, but do some New Game Plus. See how far we can get through the final chapter of Heavensward, since that is what we are currently working on. I think it's chapter 4 that we are currently sitting on. Yeah, chapter 4 of Heavensward, which is the final chapter of that storyline. I'm also trying to figure out what I need to plant on my island. It looks like onions and parsnips is what I need to do. I don't have onions, but I do have parsnips. Also realized my game audio was turned down. Oops, my bad. Right before I hit the start streaming button to go live for tonight, I was doing, of course, my usual social media thing, going on to Twitter, Facebook, letting people know that I am streaming. And Facebook now has the whole new, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen like the commercials or little YouTube shorts or whatever about where if Facebook is transitioning to this umbrella company just called Meta, where they're supposed to be like this multifunctional, just grand purpose-serving company for both business and what I would call residential accounts, to do what pretty much whatever you can think of on a social media site. What did I say? Onions? I need onions. I need 10 of those, please. So, as I was going on to Meta to put out my Facebook post, it has this planner or this schedule. It's very similar to what your schedule looks like on Google Planner, where it's got like the whole week, the 7-day layout, and the hours of the day where you can set up the agenda. Very similar to that on what Meta shows. And it was telling me that today is World Mental Health Day. And I wanted to bring that to attention for a very specific reason. Because I know on one of my recent posts that I put out, I was talking about doing some announcements. And even further back with another post I made, I had talked about some schedule adjustments. What I believe I am going to do for the month of October, because October is always a very busy, stressful month for me, is I think I'm actually going to be taking a little bit of time off from streaming. We'll still be doing, of course, the Wednesday and Thursday night raids. That's still going to go as per usual as the schedule dictates. But for my Mondays and Saturdays, until the variant dungeons come into play, which will take over the Monday streams, I'm thinking of either pulling back on the Saturday streams and or one or the other. I may be moving it to Sunday nights instead. I'm beginning to find that both with my regular day job schedule and just other, hashtag adulting things that I do in between, Saturday night streams are not really conducive for me making plans IRL. So either by canceling that or moving that particular stream will definitely help me mentally, socially, beneficially in every aspect. It started raining and I'm sitting here watering my plants. Of course that would happen. Well, you know what? Screw it. I don't have to water shit anymore. Let's see. Alright, let's collect all the stuff they have to offer. Their leavings, their droppings. But yeah, that kind of covers my majority of my big announcements that I was talking about. Is just some scheduling changes and, taking care of me before I focus on taking care of others. Can't take care of others if you can't take care of yourself, as they say. I know I said we're going to be doing New Game Plus, but this is like a mandatory thing. My animals must be fed. They must be taken care of. My vegetables have to be tended to. I must pay that evil raccoon, or Tanuki, his dues. Wait, this is the wrong game. Still gotta pay my rent, somehow. Mr. Patronus. Foamy the squirrel. Ding Dong the dodo. Tookie Tookie the paradise dodo. Birdo. Swipe left on this creature because it's never gonna just always creep somebody out. Hey Hey, the chicken. The dinosaur chicken. Twinkle Toes, the golden fleece. Do I have enough to feed them without having to craft anything? I do. I also really, really wanted to do some Overwatch 2 for the first hour of the stream when I was planning to, go live at 8 p.m. Eastern until I flipped over to Final Fantasy at 9. But Overwatch decided that it doesn't like OBS, and or I don't know where it was delivering its actual audio feed from because it would not pick up in OBS. I could hear it in my headset, and if I played the game, I could hear all the sound effects, the music, and the voice chat, but OBS could not, and I do not know why. Groans as he enters, flopping down on whatever is near. Oh my goodness. Are you still in one piece, Bar? You're all collected. Whole. Looking forward to getting back. Ooh, 14. That reminds me of my drive to, where was it that we were going? It was over somewhere in Kentucky or Ohio or near that state border. That was a long drive from eastern North Carolina to then go through the Appalachian Mountains on the west side to go all the way through Tennessee to get over towards Kentucky and Ohio. It was an interesting drive. It was a very scenic drive, but having to go through mountain tunnels was like my worst fear ever coming true. Mountain tunnels and underwater tunnels are just a no. I don't like them. Mm. I'm actually eating leftover Chinese from yesterday. So the shell of that crab ragoon that I was just eating was a little chewy. That's why I was like, oh, well, I can't talk for a moment. Do you like the crab? Drake, I feel like that is a loaded question and I am scared to answer. But do I like to eat crab? Yes. Let me send you a photo of 95% of my trip on Discord. Oh. That is a lot of brown. Is that just straight up sand? I mean, thanks for telling me the geographical location, but I was hoping more of the substance of what I was actually looking at. Like, what is all this brown? Wheat? Rye? Sand? Dirt? And yes, there is a difference between sand and dirt. Can I resume the... I know, I can't do that from here. Let's teleport over to Ishgard. Oh god, just grass, wow. You have to realize I kind of live very close to the coastal plains. There's a lot of green. A lot of green. As my allergies begrudgingly would like to advise you of. Alright, this piece of rice I'm trying to eat is like a friggin' Mexican jumping bean here. There we go. Flopping all over the plate there. Why do y'all keep sending me stuff? I'm trying to do the story. Did you eat crab? Drake, is this like safe for me to play before I click on this? I'm a little scared. Okay, I'm trusting you. Which is a scary thing to say.
Get demonetized, he owes you money.
Did you eat crabs? Did you eat crab? Crab? I ate too.
What? Just in case mute this section. Okay, so I decided to play it in my browser instead of in Discord, so that way it would not be recorded. So I did take that into consideration. I just didn't want like a live takedown to occur. Oh, was this? Hold up. No! I was gonna invite you to Free Company. Search. I'm gonna find this person, and they're gonna be like, who the hell is sending me this invite?
The fact that you're chasing them down takes you from FC leader to borderline stalker.
Well, I would run up to Hrothgar's and Rogadins and lick them as a means to try to invite them to the Free Company. So, well, not Hrothgar's, because they didn't exist at the time, so just Rogadins.
That would get you reported for me.
Drake, that would honestly be more of a concern and worry with YouTube than it would be with Twitch, but I have not yet engaged or started working on video production for YouTube because my poor computer cannot handle it. I've actually been researching some like computer building, what's the word I'm looking for? Businesses, groups, organizations, I don't know. There's one called Build Redux that I've seen some advertisements about, and I'm kind of exploring to see what they are and what builds they have and the PCs that they're willing to offer. They do charge, from what I've seen so far, like a $99 build fee just to build the computer for you and to make sure it is compatible and that it works and that all the pieces are properly functioning, and then they send the PC to you as a whole, like, put together type thing. But that would still be in the ballpark of looking at $2,000 for a rig of that sort, so that's a lot of money. Where is Alphino? Not even in Ishgard. This is a very interesting song. My egg drop soup is trying to congeal. Oh, so good though. Saw someone's Sage joke weapon submission. Can you guess what it was? Drake or Spar, I am pretty 150% sure that I am very knowledgeable in what you're talking about with the pizza new lith. I definitely saw that shit, and it was absolutely crazy. Like, whenever you take it out and you have the new list flying around you, it's like 3 pizza slices with the center one kind of raised up a little bit. It's perfect! Of course Spar wants that weapon. And I would not put it past Square Enix at all to actually put that in the game. Not one bit. Especially with the whole pizza emotes promotion they did. Which, of course, I did participate in, because pizza. Every time I see that emote, I can't help but think about Ms. Tech when she did her whole video and promotion for that emote event and just eating the pizza and doing the thumbs up. I know she was not the only streamer that did it, but she was the one I saw first. Quarry Mill, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together, Nagara. We must find and secure those crystals. This is no time for looking back. Just continue standing there with a pensive look. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zaharik, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. We must appraise Alice of what we've learned, and I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I've changed. As I stand here in my cat suit. Ow. This place is complicated to navigate. Kept you waiting, eh? My apologies. Ah, that's much better. Subterfuge was never my strong suit. You're prepared for battle, then? Are we gonna fight something? I just realized auto advance was on. You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papa Lima were here all along? Well, Y'shtola will be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zaharik without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. Meow. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. Isn't that, Urianger? Yeah. Why are they naming him the Masked Man? We know who he is at this point. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage, wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. One of these days, Naka, you're gonna have to come out to Denver for something, and we will have to meet. I wish I could say that there was a likelihood of that, but I don't travel. I mean, I have in the past, but especially in the past, I would almost say like decade or so, I really haven't gone anywhere except Georgia. And Georgia has been the only place I've been in like the past few years. Naught else remaineth save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. I mean, my employer was offering like a trip to the Caribbean for meeting certain metrics and scores, but in all honesty, I'm not interested in it at all. It's just like, please let me do my job and get my commission. That's all I care about. I confess, I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions. Not until we have braved the Bowl of Embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. Upon proceeding to the Bowl of Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Thank you, Square Enix, for letting me know that I'm about to watch a movie. And now the question is, do I want to do this as Sage? Nope, I want to do this as Reaper. Rawr. Ooh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna hit leave one more time because instead of, because I made this mistake last time, instead of listening to our music from YouTube, we're going to turn on the game music. And do it this way.
This isn't right. Doja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
Ah, the saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos.
I really don't like him.
One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
Hey, Sid.
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Astro, I don't have much right. Okay.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
Onyx Carbuncle came out of nowhere.
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Alize!
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
She's ready to step up.
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
I remember I screamed when I first saw this.
As Eorzea's blade of light once stood by my side, now I shall stand at his and defend this realm with all my might.
Go on with your bad self, girl.
Let's finish this.
Excited for November 1st. Oh wait, they're introducing a new data center? I honestly knew nothing about this. Oh crap, I can't use Work hard. Oh, you're invulnerable. Oh, you asshole.
You shall fall soon enough.
Oh wait, no, we gotta go after this little chica. She's resin people. Alright, she's down. The warriors of darkness call upon the power of the echo.
No more games.
Oh crap. I don't remember this fight. It ends now.
Now.
Oh, wait, he is talking. I was like, where's the voice acting?
What?
The chains!
Yonsei said no.
Snake. You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Urianger!
Look at him in that pretty
My
face.
apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
She's like, you gonna fight with us, right?
Thou mayest, my lady.
Oh, for the love of all that's holy!
That's a white mage ability.
Ah!
By thy leave.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop.
They won't.
Damn it!
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
Total typical anime story. Believe in me and I shall have victory.
Oh, frick! Fucking Astros! Jesus! All the mitigation in the world ain't gonna help, honey. You still need to learn how to learn. Still need to learn how to heal.
Murder.
Don't blow all your heals at the beginning of the pool. Okay? I'm reprising. I'm bloodletting. I'm doing everything I possibly can to do this to stay alive.
Do I-
What are you doing to actually help? Here's the short answer. Not a damn thing! your main, honey, because otherwise you really need to pick a new one.
The ether. Ugh, it's not enough.
Oh my god, the echo is killing me. Thank you.
Hurry it up, neighbor!
Nope, we're gonna beat you.
I'll crush you!
That would be accurate. Take my ether.
Tis done. With this blade, I banish the darkness.
Not like this.
Yes, like this. You lose, sir.
Yeah, we're done here. Oh, no.
Keep it together, girl.
No.
Keep it together.
Alize,
No.
are you
No.
hurt?
No.
Rafe sounds like me when I see a spider.
Dizzy, but otherwise fine.
Okay, the motherfucking Astro that I just ran that dungeon with just tried to fucking report me for griefing. Let me tell you what I was doing as the tank. What I normally do. Pulling the mobs,
And there you have
running
it.
between mobs,
Our
doing
friend
all
is
the
too
normal
stubborn to
shit.
die.
Mitigating, keeping myself alive, and doing everything you're supposed to do as a tank. It's not my fault. Their heals weren't that big. At the end, they then followed up with the tank wasn't reading the group. They tried to say that the tank wasn't reading the group, and I was over pulling for their heal ability. Fucking healers! Here's a message out there, Twitter land. If you're a healer and you're not confident in your heals, when you're entering the dungeon, say that out loud. Let the tank know, hey, I'm having trouble, I'm not that well geared,
Crystals.
can you please
You
watch
mean-
your pulls?
Like
No
the
problem.
Asians.
Are there asshole tanks out there that are going to say, not my problem? Yes,
sir.
unfortunately. Those
The
bastards,
Asians
if you
flee
want to
into
call
the
it griefing,
rift 'twixt
that's
plains with
fine.
crystals
But the
of
people who would
darkness.
actually
So
do
did
their
these
job as a
warriors
tank would
come
sit there and
hither
say,
with
oh,
crystals of light.
not a problem. I'll watch the pulls and be aware, especially of the pulls that are coming up in the dungeon because it's freaking Rogger's fist, and God knows some of those spirit jaguars punch like sons of bitches. I know that. I'm prepared for it, and I can pull and prepare proportionally. Let someone know. Do not run a dungeon that it's your fault we wiped 3 times because you blow all your heals at the beginning of the pull, so you had nothing when the chips are low. Not to mention you're not even bothering to watch because Tank, Bloodwetter, or its predecessor Intuition, comes off and on. Watch the gauge. Watch when Intuition pops up. If you don't know what tank actions do what to mitigate, that's half the battle. I know that not all healers are going to be tanks, so they don't know what the tank skills are, but at the same time, you need to know what your tank is capable of, and you need to know when you're over-healing them, because that's exactly what happened. What was happening during the pulls, I would go in, and as a warrior, almost all warriors I know, we go ahead and pop Blood Wet right off the bat, because especially when we've got our spike, we're healing ourselves like no one's business. So as a healer, don't blow your heals at the beginning of the pull. If you blow your heals at the beginning of the pull, then you're going to have nothing left when the rest of it actually kicks into play. Because there's only so far and so long that Rampart, Vengeance, Equilibrium, Thrill of Battle, even throwing in the Shake It Off, Reprise, Arm's Length with its slow effect. I mean, there's only so much I can physically do before I need you to make sure that you've got something up your sleeve. An Astral Star ain't always going to be popping when you need it to. As a healer, if you walk into a dungeon and you don't feel confident and you're not well geared enough, let the tank go.
The timing.
Okay.
GMs. Grand Canyon of tickets that are irrelevant. I know my blood sugar is going up because I just ate a bunch of food. I took insulin. Calm down. That's Rafe.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Asians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait! Such methods as the Asians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We cannot, we will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must arise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
No, little white mage, don't say that.
To have known the depth of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle.
Can you not say a sentence that has, like, less than 20 words?
Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
Well, there you go. It's like he heard me. Aneurysm dog. I mean, that's kind of the whole reason why he didn't say anything when he appeared as the masked man. Because had he said no more than 5 words, we would have known exactly who it was.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
It's Mommy!
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From 2 worlds do we gather, and from 2 worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
She redacted.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
You don't have to do it by yourself, Mommy Crystal.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
Nope. Denied.
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all.
I know, right?
We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone then?
Oh, Thancred, my heart.
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
I'm gonna cry.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
And it just goes into my bag of holding.
would seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Is he wearing
Hear me, servants of
eyeshadow?
Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
I'm not crying. You're crying. Oh no.
You know, being a little closer for your melees would have been really flippin' nice.
Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
Oh my god. I'm fine. Thancred doesn't say a word. Speak thy mind. I do not expect thy forgiveness. Though things did unfold as perhaps, I mean to say I truly believe that she... Forgive me, I should not have spoken. It is not my place. It would seem we are in southern Thanalan again. Menphilia's doing, no doubt. May the 12 speed her on her way, and the warriors of darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then in returning to the first, would they not... But mayhap their wish... that was their wish. I'm not crying. Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere. And this, when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals. Leave them to me. I will go back into Zaharik and secure them. The Amalja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the Warriors of Darkness gave them. They are not like to notice a lone bard skulking about. But Thancred, you don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I will see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalimo. They must have finished searching the mass camps by now. Not that it matters anymore. You must be tired, Nakara. I know I am. If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascian in White at the Great Library. I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others. So I knew that even when your intentions were pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny that a part of me feared that you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did, that you but sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. But even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Nakara, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee into a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, Warrior of Light. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, it's right over here. I was about to teleport no more than like 50 meters away from where I'm standing. But Spar, yes, you are absolutely right. After knowing what we know now, and witnessing everything that took place in that scene, just... Ugh. Because you know what's gonna happen. Ah, there you are. We finished our search, in case you were wondering. I have yet to tell them what happened in Zaharik. I thought it best to do so together. It really does. Oh my god, it really does. Well met, Nakara. Alphino said you would be joining us. It seemed the Griffin's double was telling the truth. And insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the mass camp, did you perchance find one in Zaharik? Actually... Blah 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 mumble mumble. Ida, no. I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it? It's just... I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alphino, I believe it's past time Ida and I rejoined the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope that we might in turn offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida! Ida! Vulgar be praised! It is you! Ida, alive and standing here before me, in the flesh? I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundobald. I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Papalimo knows. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in Little El Amigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Aye, Ida here was always full of fire, ever the first to volunteer for a mission, until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry. We were still the Circle of Knowing back then. Right. Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know, we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Ida equals least favorite character. Yeah, I get why she did what she did, or why she did, but at the same time, she was still deceiving everybody. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Hells take me for giving you that mask. Papalymo feels responsible. Anyways, let's go back to more donuts. Dear God, this entire game is nothing but foreshadowing, especially now that we're doing New Game Plus and already know what's gonna happen. It's like, oh God, that's a reference, and that's a reference. Oh, and that connects the dots. Oh, and they mentioned this like all the way before it was ever even visited. What? Yeah, connecting all the dots. Frickin' IQ 300 people in the writers department of Square Enix. Welcome home, Nakara. I trust your journey was uneventful. You will be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he has delivered them safely into the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare this matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Y'shtola and Kryl, and brief them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at their earliest convenience. Now that our lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbraider.
Still a touchy subject. Everybody's gonna cry now.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Oh, I believe
Not
it.
all who were lost could be gathered here today. We may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalymo rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be.
Arthur, please don't cry. If you cry, I'm gonna cry.
Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts.
Ooh, new orchestrion.
And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
Oh, this is New Game Plus. I definitely do not have an alt. I don't have time for one.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Although the last time I did do this, I was a Makote, so it's very strange to come back and do this on my Hrothgar.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. It would be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
You're still part of the family, Urianger.
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alisaie?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities.
But...
That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got him to keep us from bickering. But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
She's just mad you beat her at every contest.
Well then, Alfie, I for my part shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
Alfie?
I would not have it any other way, Tataru.
Somebody's been spending too much time with Kryl.
And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
I shall do my Champion of Eorzea things. A new adventure, what else? The road goes ever on, to strive for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. I do not remember what I said last time at all. Let's do... I feel like I would have said the third one last time because that's what my natural inclination tells me to choose. So let's do the first one.
Indeed.
Silence is gold.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
I feel like if I would have done the 3 dots, Nakara would have just been like, oh. It's official then. Gods, I hope I don't regret this. Leave it to me, Nakata. I'll make sure she is properly introduced to everyone. It would seem that I'm a scion then. Some derive comfort from such titles, but I cannot say I feel any different from before. Well, mayhap a twinge of pride. As agreed, we shall spend the coming moons conducting our own independent research. Should you have need of our services, however, you are of course welcome to seek us out. And let's go talk to Papalymo. Because I miss Papalymo. I suppose I should not be surprised. With everyone standing in a circle delivering grand proclamations about their future endeavors, she naturally felt obliged to make up one of her own. Wait, who are we talking about? Ida? It may be argued that the great sundering of the souls was an aberration, and the existence of the 10 and 3 reflections an offense to the natural order. That, most assuredly, is the Ascians' belief. 'Twas in the hope of opening mine eyes to said revelation that they first came unto me, imagining it sufficient to secure mine allegiance. Nor would they have been mistaken were my heart a temple to truth alone, but as a devoted follower of Master Louisoix's teachings, and for the love I bear him and his, I hearken not to their words. I have Sir Amaric's assurances that the Temple Knights will henceforth keep a close eye on the Ishgardian crystal trade. Oh, and he extends his deepest apologies for your dinner having been cut short. I know, where is my re-invite to my dinner, Amaric? Courteous fellow, isn't he? You would never guess he was a politician. Where is Ida? Oh, she's over there at the table. Kinda sulking. Same as it ever was. Look at them, Nakata. The scions of the Seventh Dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know that we will find out together. Is this the end of chapter 4? Are we starting a new expansion? Well, the next expansion?
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, my friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand. Thank you. I shall guard it well.
Yet again, more foreshadowing.
There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
The real Griffin. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. true believers are so readily led. I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted then? Was it worth it all in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to his master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. The eyes. The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. Danger, Will Robinson, danger! The fields of Carteneau. Or the plains, rather. So it was here, all along. Neto! Ooh, you got some 5 o'clock scrub going on there, sir. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. Evil laughter continues. Just do some, like, closed captions for y'all there. I'm not gonna try to replicate his laugh. It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly. Having spent so much time on the road, often by myself, yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience, as I did in my travels. Had I not kept an open mind, after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade, nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is no one path, as some are given to say, and there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic, as there is in exploration of all things. Yes, ma'am, I know exactly what you're talking about, as I whip my sword right out in front of your face. Ooh, God, that sounded like an innuendo. Let me put that away. Oh, as if you wouldn't try to get rid of me at the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this mess. But I have a precocious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to join us. Believe me, I know all too well the burden that is a precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime, or perhaps even with the 4 of us. Why are they talking about oh, Alisai and Alphino. That took me a second. Ah, Nakara, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. That's over on the other side of Mordona, isn't it? Yep, I sure did. I just tried to summon him out inside the Rising Stones. Anywho, go outside first. Chocobo! Quick! I really need a stream deck so I can have like sound effects readily available, because I do have the Chocobo Quay, but I have to like open my soundboard here. Blah 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 blah. There it is. Little Chocobo. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Ma'am? What? This isn't creepy. Right, everyone, ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. Tataru? Oh god, I'm not even going to entertain trying to laugh like Tataru would with a face like that. Just no. No, 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 no. Oh, she is scary. How am I still alive? The Warrior of Light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Tataru? Did you touch me in my no-no square? I don't need to know down to the millimeter how long it is. I think I just been violated. Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Nakara. All in good time. Aha! Found you! Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seems to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Like, I kind of appreciate how he does, like, this whole, like, freaking karate pose and does a 1-2 punch for his little victory pose.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
I don't know, did you?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you,
Just like, get to the
Aze.
point.
It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
And everybody else is pretty much in agreement.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, A soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Right, Y'shtola?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
All the above.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, I'm on my way! Don't just stand there and look at each other. Run!
Tataru, are you alright?
Minago!
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Nago! Gods, how did... Y'shtola! Please, you have to help her. Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
I should have been on White Mage. Be like, I can help.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Good night, Dirge. Thank you
no
for
easy
popping
target.
in.
He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Lim-Salaminsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric, and encourage him to send an envoy. Tataru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I love how Mommy Y'shtola is just like delegating task
I
here.
suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
I don't
The
like how that
business
line
of
was focused on
war
Papa
was
Limo.
ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
No, Papa Limo. I'm gonna cry. Hey, Nicholas. We are wrapping up the very end of the Heaven's Ward storyline now. After conferring with Y'shtola, we have decided to focus our attentions on the East Shroud. Someone needs to keep an eye on the border, not to mention the Sylphs. I hate leaving Nago like this, but I know Kral and Tataru will take good care of her. Speak with Lucia. Oh, I have to go all the way back to Ishgard. So I had a notification just pop up on my screen about Yerba Mateo's stream channel, who's often somebody I would usually raid from my channel to his. And I was just about to turn around and say, oh gosh, look who's on stream, or look who's going to live. But it was actually a message saying that he was still stuck at his day job and he wasn't going to be able to stream tonight. Sad face. Where am I going? The Forgotten Knight? The Congregation of Our Knights Most Heavenly is technically what it's called. Firma butt. A beloved NPC that we pass by all too often. Handle soup. So, Hildeth has appraised me of the situation. Impressive work at Bar-Les. You fell the evil Nidhogg, and then raised a monument to friendship and peace. We are truly blessed to have you on our side. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business... Excuse me. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Amric. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Ala Mhigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. He's talking about bringing wine, and I'm sitting over here still thinking, where's the rest of my dinner I was supposed to have with you, sir? I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handlesoup that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Nakara, pray accompany Lucia to the Gates of Judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury Speed, you on your way. Quest complete. What headpiece was that, and is it your character's race limited? Oh, the like half cyborg face with the red eye. So there is a story quest that becomes available when you max your Beast Tribe rank for all of the Realm Reborn Beast Tribes. So let me pull up my reputation card here, Realm Reborn. So once you get to, I think it's actually either 7 or 6. It's 6 or 7, one of the two. But once you max out your rank with all 5 of the Beast Tribes, you'll get a story quest that becomes available that kind of ties in all the Beast Tribes together. And once you get to the end of that story quest line, you get that face piece, this headpiece that I'm wearing now, as a reward for that quest. You haven't done any of those. I just started doing the Avner Beast Tribe quest. Yeah, so you would have to go back and do all the Beast Tribe quests from A Realm Reborn, and it is very long and time consuming because you only get 12 Beast Tribe quests that you can do daily. So you can do it every day, and you can spend all of your 12 quests on doing those different quests that become available and ranking up with the Beast Tribes. But it is time consuming and it takes a while to get there. I don't know if they bumped up how much experience or Beast Tribe reputation you get, since A Realm Reborn is like super old news by now. Because, you know, I did it when it was still like current game content. But yeah, that's how you do it. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the Gates of Judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Quest accepted. I shall just dream of my character having it then. Definitely check the online store, the Mog Station item store, to see if they have made it an item that you can simply just purchase with money. It may be a possibility, it may be a thing, I do not know for sure, but some old stuff, especially if it's like seasonal items, they'll put up on Mog Station. So if you miss the event, or if you were never able to get it, you can actually just, you know, pull out the credit card and buy it. Let's see, wait at the Gates of Judgment. On which side? The Coerthus side. There's an easier way to get there. It's Gates of Judgment. That super cryptic music that plays every time you come to this map. You are perhaps wondering who will represent Ishgard at the council. As this is a military matter, I should not be surprised if Sir Amric nominated himself. Yet he is yet Lord Commander of the Temple Knights after all. Speaking of which, we meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, nor will the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. They don't have it on there yet. Ugh. Considering that it is still something that you can do in-game and obtain it by doing those Beast Tribes and by doing that story quest, they probably never will. Based on their track record, they usually only put items that are no longer obtainable in the game. Like past Halloween outfits and new stuff that they come out with that is not like craftable or available in-game, but is only purchasable through the store, like different emotes and outfits. Wow, that's a really bright Firebird you just spawned right in front of my face. Thank you, sir, ma'am, whomever you are. That kind of hurt. Look at that fire coming out of the exhaust pipes. I love this motorcycle. This is the motorcycle you get for getting like 24,000 calories from your island sanctuary. Did I just see somebody in the sky? Nope, that's just a bird. It's a bird, it's a plane! I am glad that Sir Amric's counterpart saw the wisdom in his coming. Few, if any, in Ishgard can claim to possess his expertise in both politics and warfare. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Nakara? You may see a familiar face. I swear, if it looks anything like Hashafat, I'm gonna scream and cry. I just got my botanist to 90, so I'm trying to get a lot of higher items that could be sold easily so I can gain gil. I feel that struggle. Nakara, old boy, how wonderful to see you. And Sir Amric too. To what do I owe this unexpected pleasure? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchen at once, if you'll excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honor Roy. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, mumble mumble. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a Garl. I mean, to an Imperial. Oh, he was about to say Garlean, wasn't he? And thus we shall strengthen our patrols, as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. It's so weird to see him with the title of Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? Maybe? You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. As they have this huge-ass portrait of him right behind the desk. I hate it. Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans, and Honor Roy's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. At least his personality fits. Him and Hashafan at least share that much. I still miss him. Dear God, when it comes to the boys of Ishgard, the Warrior of Light is nothing but a frickin' player. Orc. Where are we going to? New Gridania. Let's just teleport. I mean, there's Hashafat, Amric, Emil is pretty much kind of on the table there a little bit with the way that he treats the Warrior of Light. Trying to think of who else there is that's very like, where am I going? The wrong way apparently. In with the Warrior of Light, trying to be his buddy. It seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that Balser's Wall and wretched Alamigo lie but a few short malms away. I bid welcome to our visitors from Ishgard. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. I kind of miss living in the forest. And then at the same time, I don't miss it. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like when we were at the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? Hang on, I have to get in the proper attire. Meow. Oh, I'm taking the Aetheryte. Screw that ish. Charlotte's handler, who is also standing very much at guard like the Weeaboo police over there. Okay. We wanna go to the Conjurer's Guild. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very well. This way, if you please. Ah, and the Lemisen party as well. There's the Admiral. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Amric. Admiral, what a pleasure. And Nakara, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Master Nakara, I was glad to hear from Rial that the missing scions have now been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? This mystical music. Makes me always feel like I'm about to witness a magic show.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
I love how commanding Raban is.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
He has a point. We all know what you really think of Raban. Look, you know nothing. My Final Fantasy crush is not Raban, I can tell you that much. That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Oh good, you have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Oh, that was Amric. Sir Amric! Master Alphino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alisai, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption, I had hoped to thank Nakara for serving as an escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. As she sneaks out from behind a tree. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit had made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Shigiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Amric. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight by your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions. My friends, we must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalymo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Belsar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. I kind of wish and feel like Yugiri and Alisai should be like sisters. Back to more donuts. Wait. There you are. It's like something ain't right. Even now, I am astonished by how closely Mistress Alizé remembers Master Alphino. Their very mannerisms are, or resembles Master Alphino. Their very mannerisms are alike. From a distance, I should be hard-pressed to tell one from the other, until they open their mouths, of course. Welcome back, Nakara. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Griffin, Griffin, on the wall. Who's the most terrible of them all? Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Ah, you've returned from the council. But what of Alphinaud? Did some other matter require his attention? Speak of the devil. Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Krile, how's Naga doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru's keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision? Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, as she belches, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial cop between the Resistance and the Alliance. Eva, you cannot seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. Ooh, if only there were some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Balsa's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Ala Mhigo, which may equally serve as a way in? Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I'm familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. Are as mine. It has been far too long since I shared the shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Krile and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Levios? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Nakara? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask you to remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. Chisho just begrudgingly decides to stay behind. Ooh, excuse me, that snuck up out of nowhere. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Belsal's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves atop. Let's make a beeline. Whoosh. Whoosh faster, Nakara. There he be. Ah, Nakara, there you are. Come. I'm gonna call them Marissa. Marissa Spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Good God, look how fast the leaves are moving across the ground. Good God. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of any divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't you worry, Alphino. We'll have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter negotiations. Trust me, Papalimo, I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let us be on our way, shall we? Ooh, buddy, my sugar's still going up. Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the Spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. And away we go. This way. Wow, yeah. These yawns are like attacking me from left field here. Oh, wait, this way. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Going up. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand by your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Until now. Report. What? Seven hells! Fighting has broken out atop the wall? A full-scale assault? So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. Has what? And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course! The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion against the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Makara, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ah, I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for the Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. I had forgotten that there was this whole, like, warfare strategy going on to deceptively make the Imperials think that the Grand Company's attacked. There's the Griffin. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to us, suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. You cray-cray. Speak with Alphino. If I am not mistaken, I think this is like the last quest before Belsar's Wall opens up. I think. From what Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightways for the tunnels, and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there was any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reasons by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us away all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Belsar's Wall, now accessible. Yep, I was correct. Now, usually, I would keep stream running for another, like, half hour until it hit midnight, Eastern time. But my blood sugar is kind of starting to escalate uninhibited, and I'm really starting to feel it. I can actually kind of catch myself nodding off a little bit because my blood sugar is going up so fast. So I think this is a good spot for me to call it for tonight. So I don't push myself too hard here. So that way I can, you know, log out. And, like I said towards the beginning, take care of myself. So thank y'all for tagging along tonight. It has been fun. We will be back again Wednesday night for our regular scheduled raid stream, where we will hopefully be clearing P5S. Based on last week's stream or raid that we were doing, we should definitely have it this time with no questions asked. So here's to looking forward to that on Wednesday. But nonetheless, thank y'all for watching the One Winged Healer. I'm going to go ahead and sign out for the night, and I will see y'all Wednesday. Have a good one.